3-minute speeches, starting with Chris Magee.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris Magee. I'm 25 years old and I have a law degree from the University of Edinburgh. Prior to moving to the island 12 years ago with my family, the picture I was painted of Jersey was one of promise and prosperity. Beautiful beaches, higher wages, lower levels of taxation and unemployment. Today, however, that has changed. Even the beaches, where I half expected Godzilla to rise out of the green slime at St Aubin. Wages are 4% higher than in the UK, but it costs 20% more to live here. Over 40% of islanders are living paycheck to paycheck. We've seen the creation and increase of GST against public outcry. The 1-2 combination of GST and stealth taxes hits those who can afford it least the hardest, whilst inflation erodes what little is left in their wallets. Those working 40 hours a week on minimum wage have to claim up to £9,000 a year from income support just to survive. It's only the common man that has to pay for this, which is the Jersey way after all. Corporate subsidy has been branded as a solution to unemployment through government make-work programmes, such as the Advance to Work scheme. The jobs which are being created by this programme are often low-skill, low-paying jobs, which some might say is just as well, as it's yours and not the employer's money which is being paid as wages. Wages are the state's biggest expenditure. This is why the government has recently expanded itself by 200 employees to almost 8,000. 14% of the island's workforce are now government employees. Because anyone who would dare to question whether there was a way in which the free market could provide the same level of service with greater accountability and lower level of costs must be admitted to St Saviour's immediately, where, as I have been told, they will receive unparalleled levels of treatment. This is why, despite all the lip service of government reform, the current States Assembly ignored the results of the last referendum. I think the state should be congratulated, as it only took them decade after decade to admit that the electoral system is deeply unfair and unrepresentative. Why bother voting when, after all, if you don't like it, there's a vote in the morning? Unrepresentative accurately describes many of those in the States Chamber. There are those who will talk a lot while saying nothing, those whose primary interest is their self. There are even those sitting here now who have campaigned to get rid of the role of senator, yet here they are asking for your votes to be a senator. The states are quick to point to a death resulting from the use of legal highs as a tragedy, whereas alcohol being the direct cause of death for 1 in 50 is just the cost of doing business. Heroin problem? What heroin problem? Tramadol epidemic? Homelessness? Child abuse? Never heard of it. These are the issues which so often are swept under the rug in order to publicly promote an image of Jersey as a pristine paradise. P.S. not a tax haven. My generation grew up with the internet. We know how to use a search engine. We know how to think for ourselves. We're old enough and clever enough to see through the facades and the diversions. No longer can the truth be hidden from us. The era of governmental deception, corruption and cover-ups will be brought to an end. We know that if we close our eyes, cross our fingers and hope it goes away, that will never happen. We must make it so, and we will. An idea whose time has come cannot be stopped by any army or any government. If you agree, vote Chris Magee. Thank you very much for being here.
Perfectly to time, Eric's hand was just on the bell, and I'm sure the other candidates are equally practiced in delivering their speeches in 3 minutes. And now